Hey, good morning, Baltimore, and all my ride sharers out there. It is the CoolB'more coming at you once again. Hey, so yesterday was an awesome day. I'm actually recapping yesterday, the 21st of October, and 2 hours into the reset for today, 22 October. So again, yesterday was an awesome day. I finished off better than any single shift that I've ever done. So yesterday I did about 14 hours online plus 2 hours into today for a total of 16 hours. And I capped off at 325 and some change. Plus that includes a $45 quest that I completed, and I still have roughly $20 in boosts pending to hit my earnings. So a great single shift that I had, and of course, all of that, that 16 hours wasn't all driving. Some of it was, refueling, getting something to eat, that kind of stuff. So, but let's just say it was 16 hours. So let me start recapping my day yesterday. So I started off in Baltimore at the BWI TNC lot, roughly around 11 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier. So when I got here, my first ping was to the Amtrak terminal, about 2 miles from the TNC lot. And though it wasn't a huge fare, it was like $3 and some change because the clients were going to the rental car, which is also around a mile away from the TNC lot, the rental car area, a mile or so. But still, the positive part out of it, other than hey, I made $3 extra than I had before, is that I had the experience. That was my first time picking up passengers from the Amtrak terminal, and I've heard several other drivers talk about it, but I never had the experience myself. So relatively easy. I mean, it's the same as any other ride, except for you're going to the Amtrak terminal. So as you go into the Amtrak terminal, there's like a little bus stop over there. Your passengers will be sitting there. You pick them up and you take them to wherever they need to go. And the ride, same as any other normal ride. My next ride was from BWI TNC lot again, but this time it took me into the city. But since there was so much going on downtown, I got routed all the way up 695 through Towson, and then back down to O'Donnell Street. Um, and that was a really good fare. Unfortunately, the gentleman that I was driving was down here for a funeral, so feel for him and his co-workers. Um, and then I got a few other pings from the city back to BWI, and then kind of waited around in a lot, and I got another ping that took me down to DC. Now, with that ping, I decided that since there was the Howard University homecoming going on, that would be a perfect time for me to experience driving in DC as an Uber driver. Because, and I have to give a shout out again to Mike from Baltimore Rideshare, because he was the one that told me or recommended to me that I associate my account from Baltimore to DC to earn more quests. Excuse me, and factually, two guaranteed quests per week. Um, and so I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish the second quest, but I was definitely able to finish the first one. And so by the time I had done some of the airport rides here in Baltimore, and then the gentleman that I took down to DC yesterday, I got down to DC with only 16 more rides to complete my quest. So I knocked out 14 of them down there, and for those drivers who didn't go to DC and capture and take advantage of the surging that was going on. And that's Uber and Lyft drivers. I mean, it was just surging like crazy down there. And, it wasn't bad. There were some tight spots, but overall, even if you got into a tight spot, you wasn't there any more than like 2 or 3 minutes, and then the traffic moved on. So unfortunately for those of you who didn't take advantage, you missed out on a really good night where you probably could have easily made $200 down there easily. So the other thing is there was a couple of other clubs that were open, and it was just a party all over DC. I ended up finishing my night in DC with a ride to a couple who was going to the Marine Corps Marathon. So I dropped them off and noticed that the police had already started blocking off the roads, and they actually started blocking off the roads. Somebody said they would block them off at 3:30. That wasn't the case. They had the barriers set out and staged, but they didn't actually start blocking off anything until 5:30 this morning. And then once I dropped off the couple, which was about the same time, 5:30, I got out of there because I saw there was a police escort for the participants in the Marine Corps Marathon. They moved them from the staging area to where they needed to be to start the marathon. And then I came back, and I was coming back towards the BWI TNC lot, and I had 2 rides left. So I figured I was going to sit at the TNC lot and get those 2 rides after kind of stretching a little bit. But as I got close to the Beltsville area, I turned the app on, got a ping from a gentleman who was going to a friend of his party, and another gentleman who was going to work. Both great rides. They were more than 10 miles apiece. And that finished off my quest. So yesterday was an awesome day. The best that I've ever done in a single shift as an Uber LYFT driver. Again, I capped off the night at about $325, again with about $20 or so of pending boosts. So today is a well-deserved rest day. So I'm sitting here at the BWI TNC lot, but I am only here for the purposes of resting and stretching my legs. So if you happen to see this video and you're at the TNC lot, you can recognize that hat. It's Coolbmoredriver. If you see me, hey, feel free to ask me questions, share information, share your experiences with me. Share what works for you, because, hey, maybe it's something that you're doing that I'm not, and vice versa. I'm willing to learn and help people out as well. So with that, I'm signing out. If you are trying to go down to the Virginia area, the DC area, to try to catch rides down there, stay away from the White House Capitol building area, because that's where the runs are being done. Other than that, Arlington's good. The college areas is still good. It's just that main DC area with the Capitol building, White House, so on and so forth, you're going to be blocked off. With that being said, CoolB'more driver, I'm out of here. Everybody be safe. Have a great and fruitful day.